Welcome to day 104, August 7th. I'm at mile marker 1483 point something. Today, in my hike, I will cross over 900 miles, which is kind of a big deal. Today's hike should be pretty challenging. I looked at what I'd like to do. I'd like to go 12.2 miles to shelter. It says that there are 3,000 feet of elevation gain on the day. It's quite a bit. Haven't done a day like that for a while, and so we'll see. Fallback is a campsite at 9.2. I was a little discouraged last night as I looked at my mileage for yesterday. I thought I'd done 12. I'd only done 10.4. But there really wasn't a good stopping point for another several miles. So it is what it is. So today we're just gonna take it easy. I have to climb a while here right out of camp. We're gonna take it easy, get up this climb, then we go down, then we go up, then we go down, then we go up, and then we go down. So that is the Appalachian Trail. It has its ups and downs. Ha ha. Anyway, shout out this to get to that shelter. 12.2 is really staging me for getting my mail drop, and then like to stay in a hostel, Salisbury, and so I really need to get the 12.2 done today to make that all work. There isn't any good camping spots around Salisbury, and I can't do the miles needed. I can't do 16 or whatever. So today I need to call and make a reservation for Salisbury, and I need to make my 12.2. I'm getting a pretty decent start, 8:30 in the morning. So, well, I had a first. I took a tumble into the stream there. I put my foot on the rock and it was mossy covered and slipped out from under me, and I went all the way in, at least halfway. So here's the stream. So it took me a little while struggling to get up out of there because all the rocks are mossy and slick. So anyhow, I'm alive and well. What a great view. Probably the best one I've had so far in Connecticut. You can probably hear down there that this view overlooks Lime Rock Speedway, and we got cars down there, I guess, practicing. So they make quite a bit of noise, but this is really probably the prettiest view in Connecticut so far. Hopefully, I'm in the last hour of hiking. Today has been a big day, not so much in miles, but in elevation gain and lost. I think it's 31 something hundred feet up and down, maybe 100 feet more down. Some of that I did during the heat of the day. I've really slowed down here the last while to about a mile an hour. I think I have a little over a mile to go, and I'm going to have one more uphill, maybe 200 feet, which doesn't sound like much, but after 3,000 feet it's a lot. And then I've got a fair piece of downhill, and that isn't a picnic either, because when you've been descending all day, your muscles get really tired. So I'm kind of in zombie mode right now. I'm just taking it in. It's 5:09. I really hope I can be in camp by 6 or 6:30, and I think that's doable. But may have to stop and take another break, eat another bar, get a little bit more energy. It's pushed me as hard as I've been pushed in a while. So I guess it was a little test of what I can do. I talked to a hostel owner, and he said that after this section that the remainder of Connecticut is pretty easy. I guess that will remain to be seen. I don't believe anybody anymore. Nobody said this was easy. This is a hard section. I'm on the last uphill here. I think I'm going to take a little break before I push it on in. Once I get up over this hump, it's pretty much all downhill. There's a little hump in the middle on the downhill. And then I can set up my hammock and rest. So I'm taking you with me. If I showed you this trail, you wouldn't think that, hey Ron, that doesn't look too bad. But there have been a number of just really steep, rocky climbs. Some of them were steps, which is better, but you still got to climb up. And so I'm running out of reserves for this, but we're gonna walk it on in. We'll make it to camp, and I'll see you then. I made it to camp. I've gotten water and filtered it. I put up my tarp and hammock, and I'm making supper. 12.2 miles. Like I said earlier, one of the hardest days I've had on trail. I'm just really beat. So I'm going to try to get this food made, eat, and I'm going to lay down and sack out. I've got 3 miles into town tomorrow to do a pickup. Then it's another 12 to the hostel, but they will come pick me up in town. So right now it looks like I'm just going to call them up and say, come pick me up in town. I'll take a Nero that day, and then the next day get back on trail. But we'll just see what it is. You know, your bodies are amazing things. They recover from this kind of stuff. But today was like 3,150, 80 feet elevation gain and 3,200 and so 23 feet elevation loss. And a lot of the ups were pretty steep and rocky. They weren't always big, but they're steep and rocky. And then one of the longer ones I did kind of in the middle of the day when it was hot. The good news about the later hiking a little later is it cools off. So that was good. But I'm just trying to put one foot in front of the other tonight and get all the things done so I can lay down and take a load off.